Welcome back to the Jill and Jason Update, Quarantine Edition. This is week 7 of the Combat Vehicle Robotics Engineering Evaluation Test 2. We're still up at Camp Grayling, and we're continuing our focus on the Robotic Technology Kernel, RTK, the GVSC's internally developed autonomy software, and we're really focusing on that difficulty and complexity of the terrain. So we're taking these robotic assets and putting them through new courses and increasing that difficulty level.
Speaking of difficulty, we've had some great fall weather here in Michigan, from rain to fog. We've also had a few challenges with the vehicles. We replaced a clutch and some batteries. But in spite of that, we've been carrying on. And that really seems like the theme of 2020, don't you think, Jill? It's all you guys out there are facing lots of adversity, and you're just carrying on and getting the mission done.
And we want to dedicate this week's update to everyone who wants to be with their teams but are working from home doing it.
RTK is the robotic technology kernel. It's our government-owned software library for autonomy. We have either unlimited or government purpose rights for almost every line of code in it. And so that gives us a lot of freedom to share this code with contractors, academic institutions, and other government partners. And the way we share it with them is to do an annual release, which we call RTK Core. It's a stable, well-tested version of RTK that we feel comfortable putting in the hands of our partners and then supporting them as they integrate their tech. So all the footage you see, from last year or this year's EET, that's all RTK. Everyone is running, like a core version of RTK with their software integrated with it.
RTK it's a base set of software that gives us robotic functionality. It gives you things like teleop or waypoint capabilities. A path planner needs to take in this data. It needs to be able to give us this data. Whatever capability that they're able to develop for it can come back into RTK in future versions to improve either our path planning or our visualization or any of those capabilities, but RTK kind of gives a framework in which to do that. It's like an operating system in that way, in that by providing that base capability, you can plug in different things on top of it that fill some niche, one thing better than the other.
DDR, or Data Director, is the tool that we developed in-house to take ROS data collection to the next level. It solves a lot of problems that make recording ROS data very cumbersome. It adds metadata to each data file you've recorded to let you know what test event it was recorded at, which numbered run, the location. It gives you a summary of all the data that's in the bag. DDR also automates a lot of processes that were fairly time-consuming before. So instead of having a developer sitting at a terminal, running commands to collect the data, you now have automatic data collection, like an airplane black box. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I missed that last run. You can always go back and extract the last set of data that you collected. The other great thing about DDR is that it's open source. We just put it onto GitHub last week. So it's a tool that everyone in the ROS community can use to perform better data collection. So this year, EET2, we're looking to improve on everything we did last year. We had one instance last year where 2 vehicles were in a leader-follower convoy and they needed to make a turn in a roundabout. The lead vehicle decided to complete a loop the wrong way around the roundabout, and then the chase vehicle decided to repeat that loop over and over and never made it out of the roundabout. So that, I think, exposed an issue we needed to fix with our convoy behavior, and that's something that we have done, and now at EET2 we're able to complete a mission like that.
This allows us to make sure that things are working from a technical side and that we're performing well on a technical side, so that when we get to the soldier operational experiment, they can tell us how things are performing from a, this is useful to me as a soldier, this is useful to me.
So stay tuned for next week's update on the Warfighter Machine Interface, how the robotic operator actually interacts with the robotic asset.
Thanks for tuning in to the Jill and Jason Update Quarantine Edition. See you next week.